The faith I live by, November 1. For such a time as this. For if thou altogether hold thy peace at this time, then shall they enlargement and deliverance arise to the Jews from another place. But thou and thy father's house shall be destroyed. And who knoweth whether thou art come to the kingdom for such a time as this? Esther 4 verse 14. Whosoever sees the repulsive character of sin and in strength from above resists temptation will assuredly arouse the wrath of Satan. The same spirit that in ages past led men to persecute the true church will in the future lead to the pursuance of a similar course toward those who maintain their loyalty to God. The decree that will finally go forth against the remnant people of God will be very similar to that issued by Ahasuerus against the Jews. Today, the enemies of the true church see in the little company keeping the Sabbath commandment a Mordecai at the gate. Satan will arouse indignation against the minority who refuse to accept popular custom and tradition. Persecuting rulers, ministers, and church members will conspire against them. With voice and pen, by boast, threats, and ridicule, they will seek to overthrow their faith. Not having a thus said the scripture to bring against the advocates of the Bible Sabbath, they will resort to oppressive enactment to supply the lack. To secure popularity and patronage, legislators will yield to the demand for Sunday laws. But those who fear God cannot accept an institution that violates a precept of the Decalogue. On this battlefield will be fought the last great conflict in the controversy between truth and error. The words of Mordecai to Esther may apply to men and youth of today. Who knoweth whether thou art come to the kingdom for such a time as this? So friends, today we are told Esther 4 verse 14. For such a time as this, when the Jews were going to be killed, and Esther was brought into the kingdom so as to deliver them. So friends, we are told the same spirit that wanted to kill the Jews in the past using King Ahasuerus will be applied the same way to God's people in these last days. And we are told it will be very, very similar to the remnant people. So we should really be ready. So friends, from there you can see we are told also Satan will have great wrath on those men who overcome or resist his temptation. And he will use even the church members, he will use even the ministers in the church so as to conspire against those who keep the commandments of God and the faith of Jesus. But thanks to God, he has told us all these things that we be ready. So friends, the Lord has put you in a place for such a time as this. Are you ready? We are nearing the crisis day by day, time by time. May I be ready with Christ and know that the decree that was issued by Ahasuerus against the Jews will be similar to the decree issued upon the remnant who keep the commandments and the faith of Jesus. Even among ourselves, church members and ministers will persecute us within the church. Have a blessed time, and may God help us to be part of his people despite of all things that we shall face. Have a blessed time.